So let's talk a bit about gear and gearing. And I wanted to really kind of focus this video around a question that I had for a little bit. And I think if I had it, other people are going to have it as well. And that is really when to get involved in the gear and gearing process, when to really start upgrading stuff, when to get serious about it as well, because things are going to be moving at a pretty fast pace when you first start Lost Ark. And there's going to be a lot of info thrown at you. There's also going to be a lot of resources thrown at you, and I was worried about, I don't want to waste resources on stuff that I'm just going to replace really quickly, because that's just a big waste. And I'm about efficiency. I like to use things efficiently, because if you don't, you're just wasting stuff and you're going to have to replace it with time and headaches later on. So when to really start getting into gear and gearing, when do you want to start investing there? And I have great news. I wanted to focus on this because this is amazing. When I found out about this, this was like, oh, amazing. I love it, because I was really worried for a second. Now, the answer to when you should really start getting involved in gear and upgrades is when you can. Basically, when you unlock the honing feature. Honing is what is really called enhancing, or like upgrades. You know, like you have your gear, then you have +1, +2, +3, like basically leveling up your gear. That's what honing is. And this is going to unlock pretty late in the story as you get to around level 50 or so. And that's when you're going to be able to go to one of these gear honing NPCs in a town and access this menu right here. Now, this is the menu that is going to allow you to use your honing resources to level up your gear and move it to the next tier. And it's going to add an insane amount of stats and gear levels and power to your characters. So you definitely don't want to just put this off on the back burner. And for me, I thought about it for a second, because I didn't want to waste resources on gear that is maybe not really that great, because there's a lot of stats and a lot of things involved in gear. You've got the levels, you've got the quality, the basic effects, the bonus effects, the experience. Like, there's so much going on. The game just throws a lot at you, and I didn't want to waste resources on gear that was just not really that good. And especially like the quality. That's something that was really in the back of my head. Do I really want to invest resources in gear that has really bad quality? And the great news about this is you don't really have to even worry about it, because right next to the gear honing, there's actually this thing called gear transfer. And this is amazing. This is really what lets you solve that question of, you can just start working on your gear right away. When you have the resources, when you unlock honing, you really want to get into this, because the amount of power and progression that it's going to add to your account is absolutely insane. So don't miss out on this. And what the gear transfer is going to let you do is, let's just say that you're working on a piece of gear and the quality is not really that great. You're worried about it. You think you're going to replace it. Well, when you do replace it, if it's unenhanced, if it doesn't have any levels on it, don't worry about it. Let's just use this quality 76 staff just as an example for the video here. You can see that clearly the quality is better. And, is that bad news because I already have this at +7? No, because all you have to do is then use the gear transfer to transfer over the quality to the new weapon. And it basically takes all of the levels on this +7, all the resources that I committed into this, and it's going to put it on the weapon that has the higher quality. And it just comes at a cost of a little bit of silver, and that's it. And this is amazing. This means work on gear as soon as you can. As soon as you unlock honing, let's go ahead and click the gear transfer, and you're going to see that the new staff has that higher 76 quality, but it also got all the honing levels of the thing that I was working on before. So whenever you get a quality upgrade, you can just take what you've worked on and you're good to go. No progress lost except a couple thousand silver, and that's really no big deal at all. So get into this as soon as you can. Now, you might be wondering, accessories. Accessories are a whole separate beast on their own. The gear that you're going to be working on when it comes to gear honing and adding levels to it, upgrading it to the next tier, etc., that's going to be your non-accessories. Now, accessories are a whole different beast right here, and I'll just get into a little bit about this because this had me extremely confused. There's just so much stuff going on when it comes to gearing. There's an incredibly big distinction between your left side gear, just like your normal gear, and then the right side, which is the accessories. Now, the big difference here is accessories are set in stone, kind of a pun there. Like they're locked. Like you can't change the quality and you can't change the effects. And that's really important as you kind of look for gear and look for accessories. you need to really know what to look out for, because what you're looking out for on accessories is a lot different than what you're just looking out for when it comes to upgrading your regular gear. So it's important to know the distinction. The regular gear, you can see that has the basic effect, which is just the effects that all the gear is going to have on it. It has the bonus effects. Now, the bonus effects on your regular gear, this is what's going to be affected by the quality. So as the quality of your regular gear is higher, you're going to have higher bonus effects. And you can see that it's very little compared to the regular stats of the gear, but, you know, Lost Ark, it's a game about, you know, getting all the gains, getting all the progression, getting as many eye levels and progress on your account as you can. So, you know, later on, those few points there, they're going to make a difference, and it's definitely something you're going to want to be on the lookout for. Not a big deal early on, but definitely be on the lookout for higher quality gear when you can. Now, the accessories, on the other hand, this is a whole different beast, because accessories, the quality is set in stone. You can't do the thing that I said where you can transfer quality over for accessories. It doesn't work like that. These ones, you're going to get a lot of accessory drops, though. You're going to get a lot of them in the Chaos Dungeons, in the raids, the Guardian raids. You're going to get flooded with accessories, and that's because they can't be changed. So you're on the hunt, you're on the lookout for not just high-quality accessories, but also a good combination of the bonus stats. Now, let me talk about the quality first, because it goes hand in hand with the bonus effect. Just like for the regular gear, the bonus effect below the basic effects is affected by the quality. For accessories, it's the same thing, except you can't actually change the quality of accessories. So for accessories, you want to look for not only a high quality, because you can't change it, and that's just the accessory that you're going to wear, but also you want to look for a good combination of bonus effects, because every accessory is going to be different. So you want to look for whatever stats are going to be best. Generally speaking, that's going to be specialization is good, swiftness is good, crit, I've mixed opinions about. I think it's still better than some of the other stuff, but specialization and swiftness tend to generally be agreed upon as the best stuff, especially later on. Be on the lookout for the stats that you are looking for and high quality, but it only affects that bonus roll right there. So a higher quality accessory is going to have a higher bonus effect, but again, for the basic effects, that is going to be set in stone. It doesn't matter what the quality is, it's always going to be like that. And that's why you always really want to be keeping an eye out for your regular item level here, because as your item level goes up, it's going to allow you to move on to the next, basically the next passive gear, like the next point. And it's especially important for accessories, because that means that you're going to get a whole new set of accessories, and that means hunting for high quality accessories again, and also hunting for ones that have the stats on it that you are looking for. So definitely keep updated with that, and also keep updated with your ability stone too. This is super important. I made a major mistake that I talked about in another video, where for a while I was actually working through the game, I just, for some reason, I forgot it got unequipped and it didn't get re-equipped, and I was just basically playing like a huge part of the game with half my HP pool, and it was kind of awkward. And I realized later on I didn't have my ability stone on. I was missing a bunch of HP. Also, make sure that you're upgrading this. Really easy to just forget, and forget about upgrading your stuff. Realize that you have enough item level to actually end up getting a new ability stone, and that's going to give you a huge chunk of HP. Now, I will say though, for these, the engraving effects, they're important. Again, there's so many different things I could get into a side tangent in this video, like all the gear. There's so much to get into. I'm not going to get too into this when it comes to the engraving effects, but don't worry about that as much right now, because you're going to be replacing gear at such a quick pace that you don't need to be min-maxing the engraving stones right now. Just make sure that you get the new accessory stones that have the new vitality amount. Like the 13, you go from 777 vitality to now this one has 1300. That's a really, really big difference. So keep up to date with that, and yes, work on your gear. It's huge. This is a major progression. This is really kind of the name of the game, and it's a marathon, not a sprint. So have fun, enjoy it. Don't really rush through it, because you've got a long road ahead of you. But also don't forget about it, because it is very important. So with that being said, that's going to be it for the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed and it helped out. And if you did enjoy it and you want to help out, consider clicking a quick like. It takes just a second and it means more than you can imagine. Subscribe for more videos. Check out the Twitch stream. I've been live way too much lately, actually. I've been playing the game nonstop, twitch.tv/salt, and more videos coming out soon. So take it easy, everyone.